Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, and welcome to Baraton TV, here and hereafter. It is the 20th day of February, 2022, right here in Baraton TV. The exclusive panel still continues. We'll be here till Thursday. Today we have a very, very special group in studio, and of course we have a couple of groups in studio. We have the executive positions, we still have the senatorial positions, but right now, ladies and gentlemen, help me to invite these interesting people right in studio. They have very, very hard names. I'm not even going to dare myself to try and mention the names. I am Arasa Inoxinde, and I'm definitely going to be the host for this moment. Let me go straight to the panel. A good afternoon to you.
A very good afternoon to you.
How has been your weekend? Your Sabbath ended yesterday. How is your weekend?
The weekend has been quite eventful. Been looking forward to this exact moment, and I'm quite excited to be here in this panel.
All right.
Yes.
That's very interesting. You're most welcome. Please maybe introduce yourself, then tell me after how has been your weekend, then introduce yourself. Tell us what is your major and why are you here. Let's go first.
My name is Raywell Matekenya. I am from the warm heart of Africa, Malawi. I am in the Department of Information Systems and Computing, pursuing a Bachelor of Information Technology. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And I'm here particularly because I'm aspiring for the seat of International Students Representative.
All right.
Thank you.
Feel most welcome. Very hard name. Mate.
Matekenya.
Are you sure you're not Kenyan?
I was meant to be here.
Were you born in Kenya?
I think so.
Mate.
I must trace
Kenya.
my roots.
Okay, thank you very much. Very well. Feel most welcome. Please, how was your weekend? And tell us your name and, of course, your major and why you're here.
Well, my weekend has been busy because I traveled yesterday out to Segero Adventist High School. Had a wonderful time there. Got back yesterday a bit late in the evening, so just had to rest. My name is Zuko Mafani. I am from the south, South Africa, from a windy province of the Eastern Cape, a town known as Port Elizabeth. I'm from the coast. I'm here today because I'm vying for the post to represent the international students in the Sabu.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, very interesting. Your name is also very interesting. Please help me say it again.
Zuko.
Zuko.
You know you have
What's the
Zuku.
difference
You know
between-
you have Zuku satellite.
Okay.
So just replace the last U with an O.
But I can hear you clicking.
No, there's no click there. It's a Z and
He's
a
being
K.
fancy.
Okay, just say it again.
Zuko. It's not a K.
God help
Zuko.
me.
He's being fancy.
I'll go with Mafani. All right.
That's okay.
So why do you think
That's
or
okay.
feel that you're actually the best for this position? I'm going to ask you individually. Let's begin with the Zuko.
Why am I the best for this candidate? You know, that's a tricky question to always respond to.
Okay.
Because as soon as you place yourself as the best, then there's an element of arrogance attached with that.
Okay.
I would like to rather say I would prefer myself to be the best candidate for this post. I've had an interaction, various interactions with international students, and mine is to seek to be that voice
Okay.
that agitates for them, that brings out the interest of the international students within this broad community that we are in.
Okay. Well, let me go to Raywell.
Yes.
Do you also feel the same way he feels, that you don't have to be the best?
I
Do you feel that you're the best for this position?
I believe it's not arrogance, but confidence.
Okay.
In a way. I believe that this position of international students representative needs someone who is ambitious, determined, self-driven, and most of all, someone who's willing to be a pest to the administration. Because for a long time, we've had people who have represented us, but have always fallen short. They represent us for a short time, and then they stop. So I think, to a certain extent, we need a person who is going to be the voice, who's going to champion the cause of the international students. And I believe that I am that person. I believe in my ability to lead and to serve.
All right.
Thank you.
I love the way you guys bring it out. You believe that you are the person. I believe. You both said, I believe. That's very interesting. At least that gives an assurance to your voter. Whoever supports you, and as soon as we're done with this, they will definitely make their decision. But remember, of course, this is only available for one person. So better
of course.
be best. Better be best. All right. So maybe, how sure are you that this post is actually there? Because I looked in the Constitution. Okay, first of all, what post are you vying for? Any of you can take it?
The post, as per the Constitution,
Okay.
is International Students Representative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens is, automatically, when you're elected to be the representative, you now become congressperson.
Okay.
Yes, to represent the needs and interests of the international students in Congress.
Okay.
So in essence, we are vying for the seat of congressperson,
Okay.
international students representative.
That's right.
All right, congressperson. Who votes for you? Is it the entire university? Is it a specific group of people?
Well, if you look at the Constitution, it speaks of colleges.
Okay.
And this post comes from a college.
Okay.
If it comes from a college, then it is generally not everybody that should be casting the vote.
Okay.
It's specific to that particular college.
Okay, so are you executive or below executive?
Not executive.
Okay. Anyway, with my knowledge, the college actually elects the executive.
Yes. In my understanding, I feel like this post is to be voted by the international community because they're the stakeholders of what is actually said about them.
Okay.
It wouldn't make sense if the entire population had a say in who represents the international community.
Okay.
Because at large, we're representing the needs of the international students, and that should be who votes for us
All right.
in the end.
All right, fine. Well, let's find out whether you guys actually are gonna help the international students. Do you know the challenges that you guys go through?
Very much so.
Please mention at least a few. Let's say one first. Let's go
Of
one.
course.
Okay.
At this particular point in time, the most pressing issue for us international students is that of student pass.
Students?
Student pass.
Student
Okay.
pass.
Okay.
It is extremely difficult to acquire one, and even more so to renew one. The process has become frustratingly long and tedious. We believe that the administration can do more for us on this front, because we know of our sister universities like Rusangu University in Zambia, Solusi in Zimbabwe, Heidelberg, South Africa. We know that they have an entire office dedicated to helping international students acquiring the student pass. The visa is important. And in addition to that, I believe that for a long time, we have been voicing this concern, that we need your help. Help us in this particular time. But they're not doing as much as they should be for us. And Baraton, in its DNA, I think at its fabric, we have the international students who make it Baraton. And us being frustrated means that we're not going to champion the cause of Baraton to our friends back home. We're not going to advocate for Baraton because they're not doing enough for us.
All right. So maybe since you've mentioned it, what is your proposal? What are you going to do to ensure that you actually champion for students to actually join Baraton?
Okay, now like I've mentioned to you before, if you look at the data, starting from last year, we've had 2 consecutive semesters where there hasn't been any new international student from Malawi coming to Baraton. That's just Malawi. I don't know about South Africa.
No, none.
None. I'm sure a lot of other countries may speak of the same. Why is this the case? This is the case because we have grown continually frustrated with how we're treated. We feel as though we don't have a voice. We feel as though we are not being represented in the SABU. We feel as though they don't listen to us. And actually, when you read the student handbook, there's a message from the DVC that says, we shall seek to understand and help you. But they're not seeking to understand us. For a long time, they say, okay, we change this, but nothing happens.
Right.
So to answer your question, I believe that SABU must now actively take steps to make the demands of international students known to the administration. And I believe that that's not enough. We must now draft an MOU, a memorandum of understanding between us and the administration. We have agreed from these points, and we now want you to implement these points and then see the way forward from there.
All right. Good idea.
Maybe can I pick up from what he's just said?
Okay.
One of the resolutions that is available or mechanisms that is available to use, because you find that most of the issues that international students are faced with, we speak about them, yes, but they are not recorded anyway.
Okay.
Exactly.
So one of the means of agitating is ensuring that there are actually minutes
exactly,
where things are recorded and action is expected to be done, and there is a plan of action that is visible, that you can hold someone accountable to and for.
Okay. Any other challenge? Zoop. Zoop.
I should teach you my alphabets, then you'll really struggle.
Good, Mafani. Any other challenge? And how do you plan to maybe solving the challenge?
Well, I think the one Ray has mentioned is key. But one of the things that we have come across recently now is that people have been forced to move back to campus.
Okay.
And this is something that actually should not be. It is as though there are specific rules for international students, limited only to international students, as though now we are not also in the general body of students within Baraton University. And this should not be the case. The playing field should be the same. It should be leveled.
Okay.
To pick up on the same point,
okay.
A lot of international students do not, for the most part, take the meals at the cafeteria. Yes, and they stay on campus, but they do not take the meals at the cafeteria. So this means they waste money at the cafeteria. We should now advocate for a system that allows you to pay as you go.
Okay.
Pay as you eat.
As you eat. As you eat. Exactly. Because now, a lot of international students are actually moving off campus because of the same reason.
Okay.
But now, if we were to now start the conversation itself, it's been there, but like you've said, we now need minutes.
Concretize it.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's fair enough. Let's try and see if you understand the Constitution. You guys are going to be in Sabu as a congressman. What are your roles? Let's begin with that.
First and foremost, our role as congressperson, international students representative, is to represent the interests and the needs of the international community in Congress.
Okay.
So that now means that when there is a conversation, we must make sure that the international voice is heard.
Okay.
We must make sure that we're not in the back seat. We must be proactive in making sure that whatever policy is being made benefits us as well. In addition to that, we are also poised to spearhead club activities. We have a club called BISA, that's Baraton International Students Association. At the moment, it's inactive, but in the case where I was elected to be the international students representative, that would be one of my first action points.
All right.
To make sure that we revive.
Rejuvenate.
Yes, exactly. We need new leadership so that we work together in making sure that the international voice is heard.
All right. All right. Let's see if Mafani also understands the Constitution a bit. What are your roles?
Constitutions empowers those who are elected to actually formulate policies that regulate activities within the institution.
Okay.
Simply put, that's it. It's not just about agitating for services. It's not just about agitating for achievements and goals, but also to legislate and to put policies and mechanisms in place that ensure that students' needs are met.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That's fair enough. Looking at my time, we really have like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes to finish this conversation. If elected as international student representative, what plans do you have in mind to bring all the international students together? The Congolese, South Africans, Rwandese, Indians if they're there, and all the other international students. What plans do you have to bring them together? Because as we speak, I believe that you don't have a way to just call them all together and they would say, okay, fine, we're coming. How do you plan to bring them together and speak one voice?
Well, already Ray has mentioned the existence of BISA, which needs to be activated, which needs to be rejuvenated. That's the one platform. But beyond that, it goes to acknowledging and identifying specific days within the calendar that speak to the different communities, international communities within the institution.
Okay.
For example, now coming up on the 25th of May is the International Day of Africa for Africa. And that day should be a big thing. That's where we should be seeing the international community coming out and being visible throughout, not just locally, but seeing just the array that we have in Baraton University.
Okay. Any addition?
Very much so. Like Pastor Mafani has already mentioned, in previous semesters we had an international day where we have all these people from different nationalities just showcase their, you know, their native countries and just tell us, you know, what it is that they, you know, they have to offer. And I think we need to actively implement it. You know, also on the same thing about BISA, for a long time we have been choosing representatives who are outgoing.
Yeah.
Who are outgoing, and they weren't there to implement the policies and decisions that were made. And I think that's the key. The key is BISA.
Okay.
The moment we reactivate BISA, the moment is when everything starts to move.
All right. I think with all that, I think it's time to give you a chance to redeem yourself. If at all you didn't redeem yourself in this short interview we had, is that camera over there? Please look into it and speak to that voter, because that's not just a camera. That's a voter.
There you go.
No, Pastor, I think in this...
Are you scared? I declare this.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Dear voter, my name is Zuko Mafani from South Africa. I am very much eager and ready and willing to stand for you, to represent you for the international students, as an international students representative. I bring with me a lot of experience, technical experience, which is needed in these instances. I'm your man.
Thank you very, very much. And finally, let's have Raywell.
Yes. Dear voter, my name is Raywell Matikenyan. This post needs someone, as I've already mentioned, someone who's proactive, someone who's not afraid to make noise, someone who's determined. For a long time, we haven't had a persistent voice. And I believe that I am that person to serve and to lead. I look forward to leading and to serving you to the best of my ability. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Raywell and Mafani.
Yes.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you
guys
so
are
much.
actually very good. And to the viewer, to the voter, I believe that you have actually listened to them and that you have taken the notes. It's been just a short interview, but trust me, there's a lot that can actually pick from what they have done. We're not going offline, we're not going off air. This is not the end. We're still coming back shortly with more interviews, executive positions. Oh, we're going to look at the Secretary General. We're going to look at Minister for Sports and Entertainment. We're going to look at Minister for Academics and Religious Affairs. It's actually Academics and Foreign Affairs, I beg your pardon. And of course, we have Senator for off-campus, Senator for on-campus, I beg your pardon, Senator for Men's Dome and Ladies' Dome. Don't move so far. We'll be right in a very short while. For now, Pastor, thank you very much, Pastor. Pastor Mafani,
Yes.
Zuko, and of course, Matekenya Raywell.
Yes.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. Keep well and God bless.